Experience peace in our valleys. Flora, fauna, and flowing waters provide inspirational beauty. This is what you find outdoors in Newton and Jasper Counties, including Neosho, Joplin, and Carthage in extreme southwest Missouri on Interstate 44 and Highway 71. You will also find that same awe-inspiring magnificence indoors with historical, storied, and brilliant murals. Many within attractions such as Wildcat Glades Conservation and Audubon Center, Neosho National Fish Hatchery, Newtonia Civil War Battlefield, Precious Moments Chapel, and the George Washington Carver National Monument. These attractions are all free to the public. It's all within reach of over 2,800 hotel and motel rooms and an abundance of fine restaurants. The first stop is the Joplin City Hall, where Neosho-born renowned artist Thomas Hart Benton created the mural Joplin at the Turn of the Century, 1896 through 1906. The mural was dedicated in 1972. Let's listen to Mr. Benton as he describes his work of art.
When we first started thinking about this, my friends in Joplin who wanted this done, in order to persuade me, they said to me, all you got to do is to make a picture of the Joplin you knew as a boy when you worked there. Well, I thought of that, and then I said to myself, Joplin was a big boom town then, going like the Dickens.
And blowing like the Dickens it was, from the booming mining industry to the House of Lords and a family riding in a possession-filled wagon, complete with the signage of Joplin or Bust. Situated next to Mr. Benton's mural is a mural titled Route 66 by Anthony Benton Good, the grandson of Thomas Hart Benton. The mural is complete with vintage cars and nostalgia of the legendary Route 66 times. Moving to Newton County, Good's Flower Box City mural also adorns the Neosho City Hall. Dedicated in May 2008, the mural depicts a city at work. You'll find the ongoing endeavor of replenishing the country's fish supply at the Neosho National Fish Hatchery. The pet milk factory is a past industry symbolizing the dairy production of Newton County. And some call Neosho Space City, for during the space race, Rocketdyne Industries was a vital part of our nation's exploration of outer space by building engines for the Apollo mission, the mission that culminated with man walking on the moon. We are also a city in celebration of the homecoming of Neosho native son Thomas Hart Benton, his wife Rita, and President Harry S. Truman and his wife Bess. Another mural by Good is titled The Resurrection, which hangs in the sanctuary of the Neosho United Methodist Church. This mural depicts one of the worst train accidents in our nation's history. The mural was dedicated in November 2008. Often in life, a time of deep heartbreak and tragedy is followed by a time of healing. So it was in Newton County. This mural focuses on our spiritual faith as a community. There was a coming together of blacks and whites to mourn the devastating tragedy which occurred in 1914. Over 65 people lost their lives. Some of their names were etched in a tombstone, but their deaths led to a community-wide prayer service held a couple of days after the crash. Over 5,000 people mourned the deaths at the service held in Neosho's downtown square. The Joplin News-Herald reported, "In the last rites of the dead, color lines could not be drawn. Black victims lay beside the white, and no one could determine the distinction between them." There are numerous attractions in the Newton and Jasper County area, including the George Washington Carver National Monument, Precious Moments Chapel, Wildcat Glades Conservation and Audubon Center, the Neosho National Fish Hatchery, and the Newtonia Civil War Battlefield. Natural, historic, inspirational attractions all celebrated with murals. Let's visit the George Washington Carver National Monument, situated in Diamond, Missouri. Where does genius come from? In the case of George Washington Carver, it came from Newton County. Born circa 1864, Carver became a world-renowned scientist, educator, and humanitarian, dedicating his life to scientific America. Let's take a look at his life, as reflected in the three-part mural titled The Spirit of Giving. by artist C.J. Kendi. Each panel depicts a time in Carver's life. On the left panel, you see young George surrounded in a field of flowers. There's family like Aunt Mariah Watkins welcoming George home from the Neosho Colored Schoolhouse. The middle panel showcases byproducts he brought to the world, including peanut milk, ink, soap, hand cream, and oil. The last panel are sites and institutions of Mr. Carver's life, including Tuskegee Institute, Washington, D.C., and the Jessup Wagon, which took George to rural locations to teach farming, including organic fertilizers and crop rotation. You can spend hours at George Washington Carver National Museum. It's history, art, and nature at its best. Another world-known artist, Samuel Butcher, has put his magical touch on the Precious Moments Chapel. This masterful attraction is located in Carthage, Missouri. Inspired by the Sistine Chapel in Rome, Sam wondered, could it be that someday God might grant me the privilege of sharing what light He has given me by painting what I feel He has to say about His grace? The painted murals are one of the most beautiful elements of the chapel, covering almost 5,000 square feet, with 84 chapel murals in total and 30 stained glass windows. The largest remaining chert glades in the world are located in Wildcat Glades Conservation and Audubon Center. Situated on Shoal Creek south of Joplin, birds such as a great blue heron or bald eagle can be spotted overhead. The 65-acre park is also home to a variety of animals, such as the eastern collared lizard. The glade is a host to amazing plant life, and nature trails climb to the top of magnificent chert bluffs. Within the Audubon Center, a unique mural serves as a backdrop, for it is seen directly by looking through the 1,300-gallon aquarium. The mural's realism challenges your ability to decipher mural art from real fish. The mural was painted by nationally known artist Susan Summer Luarca. Another national attraction is the Neosho National Fish Hatchery, America's oldest operating federal fish hatchery in the nation, established in 1888. It's a splash of great family fun. The Neosho National Fish Hatchery is America's oldest fish hatchery. The hatchery works with channel cat, paddlefish, spoonbill, endangered pallid sturgeon, large and smallmouth bass, and rainbow trout. And since its inception, the hatchery has raised and released over 66,675,000 total fish, including over 26 million trout. And the history is continuing to be built. The new visitor center, dedicated in December 2010, propels the hatchery to a new mission. Families can now visit and learn from interactive displays, video presentations, and a 2,500-gallon freshwater aquarium, which will house several species of local sport fish. In addition, the hatchery's gift house features great arts created by local craftspeople, including Jeff Jones, who has been commissioned to create the first of many murals for this great Ozarks attraction. A final attraction to consider is the Civil War battlefield in Newtonia, Missouri. The first Civil War Battle of Newtonia has historical significance. It's the only Civil War battle outside of Indian Territory where Native Americans took up arms against other Native Americans to fight for both the North and South. A second Battle of Newtonia was fought on October 28, 1864, chasing the Confederacy out of southwest Missouri. A prominent feature of the Newtonia battlefield is the Ritchie Mansion, which served as headquarters and hospital for both the North and South at various stages of the war. Within the mansion, you will find a mural on the First Battle of Newtonia, held on September 30, 1862, painted by artist Doug Hall. Doug Hall is a celebrated national artist who grew up in Neosho, Missouri. Newtonia also boasts of another mural on the town's history, which is housed in their community center, painted by artist Sherry Petty. The attractions and murals continue to flow. Andy Thomas's Civil War mural in Carthage is legendary. Billy Goforth Stewart has graced the Newton County Courthouse with the largest mural in Newton County. Painted in 1996, the mural measures 88 feet by 7½ feet. The 5 panels represent homage to events from 1931 through 1969. Billy captured the big events of the county, but also small images, including the flora and fauna. Billy Goforth Stewart also painted murals for Monarch Springs and First Christian Church. While working for Rocketdyne, artist Larry Sanchez painted a mural reflecting the early history of the space race. This mural, painted in 1963, is remarkably similar to the satellites and space stations of today. The mural is now located at Crowder College in Neosho. Mr. Sanchez also developed the Big Spring Park tile mural, which is composed of over 61,000 tiles. Sherry Petty has added her talents to grace many places. The town of Stella reflects on its history with Sherry's mural titled Stella Gets Wired. Her work is joined by Dan McWilliams' mural titled Telecommunications of Rural America. Stella is also home to a heart-touching patriotic veterans memorial. And each winter, one of the best perches in the Midwest to view bald eagles is right in Stella, Missouri, during Eagle Days, sponsored by the Missouri Department of Conservation. Sherry Petty and Dan McWilliams also combined their talents on outdoor murals at the Granby Mining Museum. Granby is known as the oldest mining town in the Southwest. Both murals are 28 feet by 22 feet. Students from Crowder College participated in both paintings, which were dedicated in May 2007. Sherry Petty's Heritage mural was the first place winner in the first Thomas Hart Benton Festival's art contest held in 2006 and is housed at Benton Elementary School in Neosho. Crowder College faculty and students have added to the mix of murals. In the entrance to Newton Hall are two 6-foot by 12-foot murals focusing on the two eras of Crowder history, including Camp Crowder and now Crowder College. Imitating windows, each mural consists of 6 panels, with historical Camp Crowder painted in sepia tones and Crowder College panels painted in brilliant colors, richly honoring both eras. In 1939, Dward Marshall, a student of Thomas Hart Benton, painted the Centennial mural in Neosho Newton County Public Library, which depicts the rich history of Neosho. Seneca speaks to its history. Calvin Ackerson is the artist, and a student of Charles Banks Wilson. And a big welcome at the Missouri Interstate 44 Welcome Center, celebrating our country's automobile culture. License plates from all 50 states with historical images and natural outdoor treasures will inspire you to explore this scenic area of the Ozarks. The mural was developed by Matthew DeHamers. So plan a natural couple of days in the flora, fauna, and flowing waters of our region. Experience peace in our valleys as you lose yourself in the abundant art and revel in the history of Newton and Jasper Counties, with our free attractions accented with marvelous murals. To find out more, go to newtoncountymotourism.org, the website of the Newton County Tourism Council. This website has complete audio descriptions of all the murals. This video was underwritten by Community Bank and Trust.